Hey everybody, it's Tamara Jones, your baker in the basement, and welcome back to my tiny basement kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you some fun, basic ways to decorate cupcakes that you can then put your own spin on and make something really creative and gorgeous. To start off with, I've just made some vanilla buttercream, very simple, and I have some Bonnie butter cupcakes here. Whatever you have on hand will work just fine for this. So we're going to start with the easiest cupcake decorating technique I know. Get yourself an ice cream scoop with a scraper button. Simply scrape up your frosting, get a flat bottom like that, and then apply to your cupcake. Might take a couple of swishes to get it on there, but there, you have a very simple, cute little cupcake that's going to be the same amount of frosting every time. If you want to fancy that up a little, very simple. Grab your favorite sprinkles and just dunk them right in there. And the fun part about covering it in sprinkles as well is not only can you add some color and texture on there, but you can actually now use the sprinkles to mold and shape the top a little bit. So there's a lovely little sugar-coated cupcake. The next and one of the most common types of decoration you'll see is when it's done with a palette knife. Now, if you don't have a palette knife, you can do pretty much the same thing with a butter knife turned sideways. I just find the palette knife is easier to use, and it doesn't leave little serrated marks that the butter knife will. So again, we start by just loading up your frosting of choice. Grab your cupcake of choice. And just smoosh it on there. Smoosh, smoosh. Now this usually comes out looking a little more rough and rustic, which is fine with me. You can keep going until it's, butter smooth, but that works for me right there. And again, if you want to add a little extra fun, bring back Mr. Sprinkle Bowl. I like to do just the edges of a cupcake like this. And the fun part of doing just the edges and leaving the top blank is now you can put a monogram on there. Now, one of the most common types of cupcake decoration you're going to see is a swirl that's been piped. I most often do that with a 16-inch piping bag and a closed star tip. Just a close-up on that closed star tip for you. I'll start by showing you what I call the classic swirly rose. You start in the middle and just work your way around that center point until you've filled the whole cupcake. Boom. Looks like a rose, doesn't it? Another fun one that you probably see quite a lot is the basic swirl. So to do the basic swirl, I again start in the middle, but I come out wider and then fill in any gaps moving back towards the center. Stop squeezing and pull away. And you have a nice swirly little mound of frosting. Now you might be saying, Tamara, I don't have a piping bag, I don't have this fancy piping tip. How am I going to do this? Well, if you happen to have a freezer bag, some tape, and a pair of scissors, you just reinforce the corner of your bag with 2 layers of Scotch tape, and then make a couple of simple cuts, like so. Then just fold it so that you can cut along the seam, give it another little slice. And I have a bag that I already prepared earlier with the same kind of homemade tip on it. And you can do those same kind of beautiful swirls, just like with the store-bought tip. And no one's going to know the difference. Lastly, I'm going to show you the Mondo Frosting Mountain, let's call it that. It's another basic swirl, but this time we start with a good dollop in the middle. And now working around it. Keep going around, bringing it tighter and tighter until you've got a beautiful, giant, soft serve looking swirl. So there you have it. There's some basic, simple ways to decorate your cupcakes at home. Oh, almost forgot. One of my favorite parts, the sprinkles. Gotta have sprinkles on there. There it is, a perfect cupcake. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow at Baker in the Basement on Instagram, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.